Interesting things over Twitter, ladies and gentlemen, that I gotta share with y'all real quick. So journey with me to Twitter. I have this pinned over Twitter for the longest. Prophecy for Beyonce, Lady Gaga, and Taylor Swift. Yeah, and Elon Musk. I tagged all of them. Hey, and they don't want to listen, man. Hey, it is what it is. But ladies and gentlemen, I had to retweet this, man. Yo, come on, bro. Yo, what?
That is funny, honey.
Oh my God.
That's funny. Oh my God, that is funny.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, no. Hey, this person, bro. Who is this person? You got a certification and everything, bro. Man, you gotta chill. Yo, look at this, man. Benz for me, Pro Box for you. Oh, Fable. Look at that. $2,000 a month. Fable gift bag. Come on. Oh, no. Oh, look at this. Yo, we got a June. Oh man, we got Mrs. Holness with a bottle of water. Man, you gotta be kidding me, bro.
That you have to drive to go to work, and you don't have to. Yes, on a monthly basis. Let's call it $2,000 a month. If you faithfully put away that $2,000 because it's something that you were not getting before.
Yo,
3 years, you'll have a tidy sum that you could put down on a car, like a Pro Box, that you have to drive to go to work, and you don't have to stand up in the sun or think about rain to get a vehicle to drive. So yeah,
$2,000 a month over 3 years. You think you can put out on a car with that?
Yeah, look a Pro Box.
Like a 20-year Pro Box.
Car. Yes, on a monthly basis. Let's call it $2,000 a month. If you faithfully put away that $2,000 because it's something that you were not getting before.
The favor gift back, you know? Hey, listen, man. It's all over Twitter, but
$2,000 a month. If you
over Twitter, this person said, our finance minister says if we give $2,000 per month after 3 years, you will have a tidy sum that you can put down on a car. Let's do the math. $2,000 times 12 times 3, $2,000. Is she that out of touch, or is it that she thinks we are stupid? Yo. Oh my God, man, it's too early, bro. Oh, it's too early, man. Let's look at the man himself, Mr. Mark Golden. He said the PNP under my leadership is dedicated to transformation, development of Jamaica, beginning with the belief that fairness and social justice must be at the heart of our land, especially public land, is deployed for housing, community building, and agriculture. Let's go to the audio or the visual.
The PNP under my leadership is dedicated to transformational development of Jamaica, beginning with the belief that fairness and social justice must be at the heart of how land, especially public land, is deployed for housing, community building, and agricultural use in the development of our nation. The next PNP government will complete any outstanding infrastructure and land titling in those communities where the work was started but has not been finished for many years. We will adopt a policy of proactively bringing infrastructure and land titling services to informal settlements with reasonable and affordable terms of cost reimbursement, backed up by support from state agencies, such as the National Housing Trust and others, to provide financing so that people can create immense wealth for themselves by investing in their homes. The basic development model is proven and sound and will be buttressed by robust, transparent and accountable governance.
So I don't understand why the JLP was just going on like that. The People's National Party has always been unwavering in its commitment for securing land and housing for the majority who have been systematically excluded from ownership and access. That's what he's talking about here. This was even further back.
The heights at very concessional prices in response to the PNP has always been committed to providing land and housing for the majority who are excluded from ownership and access. It was Norman Manley's administration in the 1950s which offered the first national land reform policy to provide land for shelter and farming to the broad masses of our people. This saw the construction of Harbour View and Mona Heights at very concessional prices in response to the demand for affordable housing units. Then in the 1970s, Housing Minister Anthony Spalding led an unprecedented assault on landlessness and undignified shelter, evidenced by the delivery of over 60,000 houses and parcels of land to the working class and the poor. Prime Minister Michael Manley then created the National Housing Trust to provide low-income mortgages, and it became the most transformational institution in the housing sector in Jamaica. After 1989, we oversaw the construction of thousands of housing units with the creation of Greater Portmore, financed under the San Jose Accord with Mexico and Venezuela. And between 1995 and 2002, the Most Honorable P.J. Patterson's administration advanced the process of land tenure to first-time landowners with the provision of 30,010 titles and 28,000 letters of possession. Nevertheless, Madam Speaker, some 700,000 parcels of land in Jamaica still have no registered title. And this undermines the financing of agriculture and indeed all rural development. It has contributed to persistent poverty over generations, structural and rooted in our history. Madam Speaker, our response to this will have to be innovative, involving profound legislative and administrative changes. Under Dr. Peter Phillips, we developed a far-reaching set of legislative proposals that will, for the first time, comprehensively tackle the intractable issues of land titling for our people. In addition to these reforms to facilitate easier land titling, we are also committed to two programs. Firstly, a major thrust in building affordable housing, and secondly, a program for empowering the occupants of dilapidated housing stock in inner city and rural communities to upgrade their homes. As a matter of policy, Madam Speaker, Jamaica cannot only provide housing for upper income earners. Naturally, that is where the greater profit lies, and no one can blame a developer for seeking out that segment of the market. The government must therefore be the architect of creative and proactive policies that encourage developers to serve the chronically underserved segment of the market for low-income people.
When you hear that, that is what you call looking out for the people. The regular, hard-working 9-to-5 man that is being taxed. You can't forget about us. You get me? I love that. And this was it. This was in the pandemic. You can see the setup.
Our Shadow Minister of Finance has outlined what we have in mind for incentivizing developers to invest in building affordable housing for low-income earners. It will take a strategic approach by government in collaboration with the private sector. Madam Speaker, we are also to commence a program for persons living in deplorable housing conditions. We will empower them to fix their leaking roofs, to restore their walls that are crumbling or their floors that are rotten, and to build their own bathrooms if they don't have one. We will do this by assisting them with the purchase of materials while they make their own arrangements for the tradesmen and labour from within their communities. This program will facilitate the upgrading of the dilapidated housing stock in which too many Jamaicans now live. It will create a sense of achievement and progress in their lives and the comfort of better and more secure living conditions. It will also provide an economic stimulus in these communities, with local tradesmen, labourers and hardware merchants benefiting from the investment that the people will be making in upgrading their homes. Madam Speaker, it really does Jamaica little credit that many depressed areas were once stable communities which ennobled our nation in sports, culture and scholarship. My constituency of South St. Andrew has produced boxing champions such as Bonnie Grant and Percy Hales, the brilliant West Indian batsman and all-rounder really Collie Smith, the immortal whalers comprising institution Boys Town is in my constituency. The immortal whalers comprising international musical icons Bob Marley, Peter Tosh and Bonnie Whaler, and the last two poet laureates of Jamaica, Professor Mervyn Morris and Lorna Goodison. We must rediscover that sense of excellence. Madam Speaker, we must rediscover that sense of excellence and discipline. It will take vision and commitment to rebuild communities like these, allowing their awesome human talent to flourish. We are also committed to ensuring that these communities are no longer relegated to second-class status when it comes to basic amenities like street lighting, garbage disposal, and water and sewage infrastructure. These public investments will be complemented by a Community Reinvestment Act, offering incentives to encourage businesses to set up in marginalized communities to provide goods and services to these large, underserved markets. Madam Speaker, community renewal must be pursued in a structured and deliberate way. It is by achieving community renewal that we will achieve national renewal.
Start from the basic level. Yeah. You see the market you always look out for the smaller
growth initiative under the slogan Aspire, a 6-pillar strategy that they claim will usher Jamaica into a new era of economic transformation. I would say it is 5 in 4 repackaged and rebranded.
Wow.
Remember, with 5 in 4, we had the big song and dance, we had the Economic Growth Council, but we just never got growth. The average growth was less than 2%, 1.25%. So we look forward. I don't know that Aspire is going to be implemented because I believe Aspire going to expire before the time comes. November last
We need some milk.
Shots fired, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to this. This is interesting.
Media Unit. The following is a release from the People's National Party Media Unit.
Wavell Hines, you know. Listen to this.
I am Wavell Hines, opposition spokesperson on sports. With the Issa Grace Kennedy Boys and Girls Championship and the Grand Slam Track Series fast approaching, concerns have been raised about whether the newly resurfaced track at the National Stadium will regain its World Athletics Class 1 certification or receive a downgraded Class 2 status. I am calling on Independent Spark Limited and the Ministry of Sports to provide full transparency on this matter. Has the contractor produced the necessary World Athletics certification? If not, why? And when will certification be finalized? We also need answers on the procurement process and payments made. Has due diligence been followed to ensure the track meets the highest international standards? And who is ultimately paying for this project? Jamaica is a global powerhouse in track and field. Our athletes deserve world-class facilities that meet international competition standards. Transparency, accountability must be upheld to protect our reputation and ensure our athletes can continue to excel on the world stage. I urge the government to provide immediate clarity on this matter. Our athletes and the Jamaican people deserve nothing less.
Visit our website at pnp.org.jm or check us out.
So these are just some of the things that we don't see I don't see the mainstream media covering. I haven't seen it, and I thought, man, listen, I need to check that out, you know what I'm saying? This right here.
Unit.
Hi everyone, this is Dr. Andre Horton, the PNP Shadow Minister for Science, Technology, Innovation and Entrepreneurship, and I'm calling for stronger protection for Jamaica's telecommunication infrastructure. This is a matter of national security, and my call comes in response to recent deliberate destruction of critical network infrastructure which caused widespread internet outages on our major telecommunications networks. This left many businesses and households without connectivity, and this is unacceptable, especially in 2025 when we are moving into the Internet of Things and many Jamaicans rely on the Internet to make a living. The PNP strongly condemns this act, and we view this as a threat to national Internet security. This incident highlights a dangerous vulnerability in our telecommunications infrastructure, and disruptions like these threatens economic activity and our overall productivity. It also erodes confidence in our ability to maintain strong internet and cable connectivity, and fundamentally solutions are imminent. I'm calling for one, greater government accountability on national broadband networks. The government announced that they are spending $237 million to upgrade our networks, and we haven't heard anything about this since the beginning of the year. Also, we want a special task force for telecommunication security, and we also want harsher penalties for those who thief and vandalize our cable network. Jamaica has a growing economy, and we require our connectivity in order for this to make things work. Have a wonderful afternoon and think about these things.
Visit our website.
So when you hear Mr. Andre, Dr. Andre Hart, ladies and gentlemen, an urgent call to action to strengthen Jamaica's digital resilience. You understand? Because you can't have our internet being threatened. No, here's a laugh.
Yes, on a monthly basis.
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
Yes, on a monthly basis. Let's call it $2,000 a month. If you faithfully put away that $2,000 because it's something that you were not getting before, 3 years, you'll have a tidy sum that you could put down on a car, like a Pro Box that you have to drive to.
Yo, look on the screen. It said Justice Spontan warned us about the water. Hey, come on, man. Oh my God.
That is fun.
You go to work and you don't have to stand up in the sun or think about rain to get a vehicle to drive. So yeah,
$2,000 a month over 3 years. Minister, you think you can put out on a car with that?
Yeah, I look a Pro Box.
I look a 20-year Pro Box.
I can't hear you, Minister. Minister, you may have another sip of water. You may have another sip of water, Minister.
Yeah, fearful for one big old puppy show still.
I don't know if something is wrong with the water in Parliament, why some people, the moment they get into Parliament, they say certain things and behave a certain way.
Embarrassing! We need some milk!
Yo, whoever made this, big salute. When they name Rampan, peace up on Twitter, yo, big up you. Yo, me I follow. Me I follow. Yeah, big up you. Big up you. Let's listen to this.
People's National Party Media Unit.
Tomato farmers in St. Elizabeth are in distress as they struggle with plummeting prices and limited market access despite repeated assurances from the Ministry of Agriculture and RADA. Farmers followed the guidelines, provided production data to RADA, and yet here we are in a crisis that could have been prevented. The ministry has claimed that RADA's marketing team is working to secure new markets and that cold storage facilities are in development. But these so-called solutions do nothing to address the immediate crisis. Why did RADA and the ministry wait until the damage was done instead of taking proactive steps to ensure stability in the sector? Farmers are being blamed for overproducing, but they have been completely transparent in their reporting. The cost of production is averaging $250,000 per acre, and with over 300 acres under cultivation, that's an investment of more than over $75 million in tomato farming right here in St. Elizabeth. And yet, while tomatoes are selling for as little as $20 per pound locally. In other parts of the country, the price is as high as $130 per pound. This is simply unacceptable. Farmers were encouraged to plant, so where is the support to ensure that they can sell their produce at a fair price? They were promised assistance with marketing and distribution, yet all they are hearing now is contact your RADA officer. This is simply not a solution. Farmers are struggling and RADA has failed to deliver on its promises. The Minister and Deputy Minister of Agriculture, both from right here in St. Elizabeth, must take responsibility and act decisively to prevent further losses. Farmers don't need more press releases. They simply need real solutions. I am calling for immediate action. RADA must move beyond empty promises and directly connect farmers with buyers. The ministry must implement an emergency purchasing and distribution program. Cold storage solutions must be fast-tracked, not just discussed, and RADA must overhaul its approach to market coordination to prevent future crises. Now, farmers are not looking for charity. They just simply want a fair chance to earn a living. The government must stop this cycle of neglect and take action now.
Visit our website.
No, people, I think that's a very important thing to understand what's going on. As I said, nothing has really changed with the farmers. No, this picture, right? People, Damian Crawford, easy, you know. I found anti-favorable pro box. Yo, she not gonna outlive this, you know.
Take his microphone.
Yo, take your microphone here, man.
What can go so? What can go so? What can go so?
Favor, what you gonna do? I must show not talk about. You can buy this, of course. Can't pay down for this after 3 years, man. Yeah, man, them look a miniature piece, you know, it's then costly, you know. Anyway, moving right along. Oh my God, man, this is too much. No, this was disgusting.
Mr. Speaker, I heard sotto voce a comment, so what? I'm going to tell you so.
You know, sotto voce, because I was watching Andre Stevenson earlier. I was wondering who the hell he was talking about when he said sotto voce. And when I look it up, sotto voce means like something quietly said. So he's calling the person Mr. Sotto voce. Very brilliant and clever, Mr. Julian Robbins. Very brilliant and clever indeed.
I never know them when I get so excited. Right? Mr. Speaker, I heard sotto voce a comment, so what? I'm going to tell you so what. Right? I'm going to tell you why this matter. I'm going to tell you why it matters to Yvonne and her 2 grandchildren. Because when she comes to Spanish Town at 5 o'clock in the morning, she wait 1 hour on the JUTC bus. She can't get the JUTC bus with her 2 children. She have to go and jump in the coaster and pay $250 to go to school. And the money that she was going to give the 2 children for them.
You know, I have rarely seen this man quiet. Look at his face. He has nothing. No rebuttal. Nothing. He doesn't have a lot of work to do as the Speaker of the House. He has to sit down and hear the cold, hard truth that they come, in my opinion, that he and his other colleagues that are Speakers of the House come in the Parliament every day to try and muzzle, quiet down, challenge, like they're in a debate with them. All of these things. But look at him.
Embarrassing. He needs some milk.
And the money that she was going to give the 2 children for them lunch money, she have to spend from JUTC, and it take them and her 3 hours to get to school. So you impact her cost of living. You impact productivity in the country. and you impact the quality of life. So you can say so what? You can say so what? You know why you can say so what?
We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything. Remove them out there. Take out the cockroach. Take out the thief. Take out the criminal them. Take out the thief them. Take out the murderer them. Take out the gang leader them. Out of parliament. Take them out from Portland.
Look at these people, ladies and gentlemen. What is funny?
Because the people who use JUTC are the most marginalized in our society from the lowest socioeconomic groupings. So when you allow JUTC to run down like that, when you allow it to run down like that, right, where you're operating at 30% of the capacity.
Very interesting. Anyway, apparently the St. Catherine Municipal Corporation reject bill to make Portmore Jamaica's 15th parish. I didn't see this article, so I don't know. I gotta use my phone. Anyway, let me go to the next thing in the meantime, because I don't want to waste any time. Like I said, I got a lot to cover. Hey, we be going into the morning. Where was I? Oh yeah, Lionel Messi.
Yeah, man, see that?
Look, man, Busquets that you.
Busquets that.
Oh, that's why they know what them at all.
Oh,
Enough of that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and big up PM Matt for your stance with the Cuban health professionals then. And let me speak on that real quick, cause everybody knows to Trump on my boy, but guess what? Trump do what him feel like is best for him people, and we can't run him for that. I know what the people they want. USA has always haven't had a good relationship with Cuba, and this is why Siaga was here. Ladies and gentlemen, lest we forget, it was because the CIA was active in here, and Siaga was an integral part of that. There's a lot of documentation that has come out, after a while them free the classified files. So we know that they moved heaven and earth. Lives were lost just to keep Cuba out of Jamaica and us having a good time with them. So those things from the past, you should learn from it. I would love to hear what Andrew Holness has to say about that, but he has been quiet so far. I don't know of him. I'm not aware of him making any statements in regards to what Trump said. But look at this. This is ridiculous, though. Let's look at it.
I'll do it. I'm going to stop them. We catch anybody doing it because they're harming a great American company. I've stuck up for the NFL. I've stuck up for a lot of American companies and other companies, but American companies. I did a very big favor for the NFL. I do favors for all. When you heard an American company, especially a company like this, supplies so many jobs that others are unable to do, when you do that, those people are going to go through a big problem when we catch them.
Yeah, it's quite literally terrorism. Here are some of the things they're doing because they don't like Elon's politics. Here's an example of charging stations. This dealership was shot up, graffitiing new vehicles, burning new vehicles. Not to mention, they're also graffitiing random people's cars who have Teslas. Now here's the definition. Terrorism is the use of violence to achieve a political goal by creating fear in a population. It can involve threats or actual violence against people or property. Domestic means at home, foreign means abroad. Are people in this country that are domestically trying to influence politics, right, through threats and violence. These people are quite literally domestic terrorists, and they should be treated as such. I think the FBI should get involved and take it seriously. I will be hoping to see Kash Patel and the FBI step in and start taking this seriously, because it's getting out of hand. But it's great to see Trump out in public supporting Elon. He deserves every ounce of it.
Some say they should be labeled.
I just wanted to play that because, you know, when I tell you the people that voted for Trump, this is how they think. And a lot of people don't want to hear this, but this is how they think. You think they're not supporting Trump and what he's doing? Well, think again. But anyway, let me read this article about what's going on with the Portmore. It says here, during a general council meeting today, chairman of the municipal corporation, Norman Scott, put the matter to a vote. All 20 People's National Party councillors voted to reject the bill, while 17 of the Jamaica Labour Party councillors supported it. The vote is meant to register the discontent of the municipal corporation to the move to establish Portmore as a parish. PNP councillors have consistently argued that the decision should be made through a referendum, allowing the residents of Portmore to determine whether they want their municipality to become Jamaica's 15th parish. Once the bill becomes law, the political dynamic of the St. Catherine Municipal Corporation will shift in favor of the JLP, which will assume leadership with 17 councillors compared to the People's National Party 12. The senator last week voted, this is gerrymandering at its finest, the senator last week voted along party lines to endorse the bill following its early approval in the House of Representatives. End of the article. Oh, I ended the article while the video ended at the same time. And last but certainly not least, ladies and gentlemen, this right here, this is a new development.
To the breakdown. This is where we cut through the noise and bring you.
So I remember when nobody not even say good morning to me. Lord have mercy. On the stairs up and I say a few people come in, but my God, I can't say good morning, you know, people. Anyway, the People's National Party, this is something I haven't seen even. Well, I'm not sure because, you know, Mama at our 5% well busy and she always cover some things where me not see nowhere else. But I don't think I've seen her cover this. But the People's National Party seem to have been listening to Andre Stevenson show, in my opinion, where people have been crying out for them to have take the social media presence more seriously and start really highlighting the issues. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think this show that we're going to look at right here, the first episode, is a start of that. And this is how I'm going to conclude my first reaction, ladies and gentlemen. Take a look at this.
Hello, Jamaica. Welcome to The Breakdown. This is where we cut through the noise and bring you the biggest stories in politics, government, and national affairs. I'm Nikki Shaberto, the Information and Public Communications spokesperson, and every week we take a deep dive into the issues that matter, what's making headlines, what's flying under the radar, and what's coming next. If you missed it, we've got you covered. If they don't want you to know, we'll break it down for you. This is The Breakdown. Let's get into it with our first segment, Headlines That Matter. Let's kick things off with environment. Land clearance near.
I just want to look if I see any ring on her finger. Lord have mercy. Yes, Lord. Hallelujah.
I said women. I said I like women. I said women.
Enough about me. Let's continue.
Fort Rocky in Palisades, Port Royal, which is a protected area. On March 7, the Jamaica Environment Trust made the following tweet. Land clearance near Fort Rocky in the Palisades, Port Royal protected area, despite clear rules against it. Now that the damage is done, what's next? Who will be responsible? The Jet posted a follow-up tweet that said, Fort Rocky falls within Conservation Zone B of the PPRPA. In this zone, the removal of disturbance of sand, dunes, rock, flora, and fauna is explicitly prohibited. Who gave permission for this? And of course, they tagged NEPA, Matthew Samuda, the Jamaica National Heritage Trust, and Babsy Grange, our Minister of Culture. Diana McCauley also tweeted, "This is absolutely horrendous. Declaring a protected area means nothing in Jamaica." Again, Matthew Samuda, Andrew Holness, and NEPA were tagged to these tweets. Entertainer Swagger Benz got into the action. He tweeted, "I am an entertainer, but I don't support this move. This is not an ideal location for an entertainment complex. Little to no thought was put into this decision, if you ask me, without bias," end quote. There was
One big up Swagger Benz and all our people who are vocal upon this issue, because this is an issue. I mean, Babsy Grange, we don't know. All the people involved. Andrew Wallace, NEPA. NEPA, me even trust one, but in the day, the officer and Prime Minister too. Lord have mercy, people ball out here. But just ball out because we're just tired.
Hi, we need your divine intervention. We're tired of the labor right. We're tired of the green people. We are so far. We can't take it no more. We need it. We need it. Help. Help. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Psalm 46. God is our refuge and strength. Is a liberator.
Also, a press release from our spokesperson on environment and ecological heritage, Senator Sophia Fraser-Binns, where she raised concerns about what she described as the unregulated development and destruction of mangroves at Fort Rocky. So nothing is sacred in Jamaica. Our environment is for sale. The Prime Minister and the Minister with responsibility for the environment may say one thing when they are at COP, but when it comes to the preservation of our environment, they are willing to do whatever to ensure that their agenda is advanced. At what expense?
You're total sellouts, ladies and gentlemen.
Embarrassing. We need some milk. Ball out. Whoa. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything. Remove them all there.
Of our environment. Housing crisis. A viral TikTok from @SweetBase titled "I'll never be able to own a home." This TikTok saw many young professionals sharing comments on home ownership in Jamaica. Let's take a look. As a young professional, I can honestly say I don't think I'll be able to achieve my dreams working in this country. Why homes are so expensive? The money now make, and the price. Don't get me started on the price of these homes. It is ridiculous. Now, imagine me go draw my NHT points, get the $7 million. What they can do? It can do nothing.
Yo.
Even if me join up with somebody else that still cannot buy a decent livable space in a like Kingston or the St. Catherine area, like, you know, make no sense. So under the Andrew Holness government,
people, these are pertinent issues that is plaguing. This is a young woman, you can see. She not in this selling of herself. And how much can you sell yourself? Figure how much time you gonna sell yourself if you buy one house? And what kind of ways are you gonna be degraded? Because I have some people out there go to the extra mile of just doing the wrong things to get forget what them think is the result what they want, you know. But doing the wrong thing never give you the result where you want. I understand you have to do the right thing to get the right results. I understand. So this young lady obviously want to work hard and build, and she even go as far as to say if you even link with somebody. And listen, hey, just on a personal note, I'm there. I understand. I've understand for quite some time now. I have my brothers and my sister. You get me? And we've been having that discussion. Like, it's ridiculous, yo. It really is ridiculous in Jamaica. It really is ridiculous. NHT used to be, and I mean a distant used to be, where you could say, all right, boom, you're gonna do this, and you know what I mean, take out a loan and whatever. But no, man, it's sad, man. It really is.
And the NHD has lost its way. They were supposed to be an entity that would make home ownership easier for the average Jamaican. But while the government bilks the National Housing Trust of $10 billion annually, Jamaicans can't afford the houses that are being priced for them at $40 million for...
No, ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to think about that though. What are we going to do? They are, listen, it's literally happening under the Jamaica Labour Party. They are pushing out the poor people out of the country. If you cannot own land in your own country and own a home after several years of working, how in God's green earth are you going to be? So you're becoming a subservient slave, right? You're becoming a subservient slave, literally working these jobs that are not paying you so you can earn, you know, you can have a certain type of lifestyle. Meanwhile, these people in government have given themselves a 200 to 300% increase on their money and living lavishly and keeping parties and catering for millions of dollars and inviting their friends in the entertainment industry, the media, and Joelness. You get me? 28 bank account, certification for these assets cannot be certified. Like, what are we doing?
What can go so? What can go so?
Listen, man, we really need to reevaluate some things.
So there's a way, and I'm just touching quickly on those things. I mean, there's a lot. I could speak on every area if I needed to, agriculture and many other things. But essentially, we have a very difficult task ahead of us. But if Jamaica doesn't get a change of government now, I don't know what kind of state we're going to be. You know, because we have a corrupt government.
People, truer words have never been spoken by Mark Golding. Mark Golding have had some serious quotes to the, but truer words that that soundbite that I just played right there when he was over in the States, truer words have never been spoken.
For a one-bedroom apartment, can you afford a home in Jamaica? The health crisis in Jamaica. The government has failed to protect patients from rising health costs. Cancer patients in particular are facing massive private service costs as CT scan machines at the Cornwall Regional Hospital awaits reserve power source. According to the Jamaica Gleaner, already physically weakened cancer patients at the Cornwall Regional Hospital are also dealing with the emotional and financial strains of paying several $100,000 for private CT scans and other tests while awaiting access to state-owned machines to be available to them. The CT scan machines are waiting on the Jamaica Labour Party government to find the backup batteries to make the new machines work after waiting for over a year.
We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help.
Help us. We hear the
We need your divine intervention. We're tired of the labor right. What can go so?
People, them waiting for a battery. I remember Christopher Tufton, if I'm not mistaken, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't they say money is not the problem? So why? Wow.
Only in Jamaica under the Jamaica Labour Party. Now let's look at what's to come. The budget presentation for 2025 kicked off this morning. Julian Robinson in. This tune in for Mark comes Jamaica.
Yeah. Man, shout out to her, man. She, shout out to the beautiful young lady, Nikisha Burchell. To show on Twitter. Yes, I think I covered everything. Yeah, that's the last thing I wanted to show. So we covered a lot of issues, man. We had some fun too. I ain't even gonna cap. Yeah, this right here is forever etched in my mind. Damian Crawford, man. Come on, bro. Let me save this picture, man. This is a classic right here. Favor, what are we doing? Come on, Fav. This ain't right, Favor. You gotta chill. You gots to chill. You know what? Let me screenshot this too. Y'all can screenshot it too, man. Hey, shout out to Damian Crawford, man. I got a screenshot. That right there is a classic. Yep. Anywho, let's get to that. Oh, remember.
Hey y'all, please remember to hit the like button. I know y'all come in sometimes and y'all forget, but the main thing, man, y'all gotta hit the like button, man, and share the live stream. Come on now, stop playing. Support. The like button is free, heard?